This is for casuals only.
By a casual player. If you're a casual player that wants to gain the advantage over pros, sweats, and tryhards that like to make the game miserable, you come to the right place. It's time for the casual player to make a comeback and finally have fun playing Call of Duty. If you're a pro, sweat, and a tryhard, this content isn't for you. And use this point to stop this video and click away. Once again, this is for casuals only. Enjoy. Welcome to the Divine Intervention podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I want to say thank you to all of those who've subscribed to the channel and also to those who've donated to this channel. If you'd like to donate to this channel, check out the description box below because every donation helps the channel and helps me bring forth even better content. Enjoy.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this episode, we got a lot of things that we're going to discuss, a lot of things that we're going to unpack strategy wise, things that you guys have most likely have never seen before as it pertains to how to take advantage of a game that just isn't going your way, how to change the tide, how to know when to switch weapons. Of course, there are more concepts that I will later reveal about guns that just have a slower time to kill, guns that have what I call high shoot first, die first. And then, of course, we're going to have a lot of things that are going to take place in this video that you guys are going to see and take this for your own and allow you to play this game a lot better for my fellow casual players out there. So, of course, we have this new update that's going on right now. This BLAZETOWN 24/7 is going on. It makes the map look a bit weird, changes colors. I'm actually a fan of it. This game is not really doing the best of jobs at really keeping players playing. But I think this is a step in the right direction. It definitely adds a different look to Nuketown than what I'm used to. I actually had fun playing this game, not really because of the players I was playing against, but definitely because of the changing colors of the map. So I guess this is a win for Call of Duty for this Season 3 update. I'm still using that new C9. I had a video previously that I'll link into the description box for you guys to check out, or in the pinned comment section about this new C9 10mm setup. This time I'm rocking the monolithic. I will say this, after using it for about a week now, the TTK on this is a lot faster mid-range and close range, so I'm able to knock out people a lot faster than if I didn't have this before the Season 3 update. So this gun definitely packs a punch. It changes how we play and how I play. Definitely still can't use it long range because the monolithic makes it a bit too bouncy for long range battles, but overall still a fun gun to use against one of my favorite weapons. It's my main weapon that I like to start my game out with, and that's another concept that you guys are going to understand as you continue to watch this and be members of my channel. Is you want to have a weapon that you start the game with. It could be your favorite weapon. But throughout the course of a match, you don't want to be rocking the same weapon throughout the entire match. And again, that's one of the concepts that I have here of helping you guys identify when it's time to change up the weapon, when it's trying to change up the playstyle, when is it time to counter what my opponents are doing. And of course, in other videos, I'll describe what it means to truly counter what your opponents are doing here. And of course, I'll have another video that will describe weapons that have high shoot first, die first, meaning those times where you know that you shoot someone directly and you know you're hitting those shots, and of course they're just smacking you across the wall. It could be that you're in a high ping server. It could just be that these people are outmatching you, which is less likely the case when you're because you guys are members of my channel. You know that movement and positioning trumps gun skill. And of course, right there, that was just what I'm doing here. As you're seeing here, I'm just using my positioning to really nail down these kills. I'm always hugging my cover, staying next to my cover. And of course, I'll run by this technique in another video of making sure you're just hugging that cover really well, allowing your gun to do the work for you. Of course, in this match, I started off a little bit rough. Again, because I'm using a gun that I enjoy. I start the match off, that's good accuracy right there. As you guys see, I use the C9 quite a lot, where I can kind of train the recoil to give me those mid-range kills. And you got to find weapons, again, at least 10 weapons, or at most 10 weapons, and at least 5 weapons that you really enjoy, and how to really find the weapon that is your true weapon. A lot of people just use weapons that they feel like other people use. In this game, like any game, you got to find the weapons that just feel good to you and that change the way that you play and allow you to streak up and, of course, win more games. And even if they don't win the games, you had fun using it because you impacted your team. You set out for a goal for what type of player that you're going to be that will allow you to help your team out. So as you can see here, definitely getting smacked around. Now, you will see a couple of times I actually was going to apply one of my other principles, which is, when do you know when it's time to go? Typically, as you see there, for me, it's if I die 3 times in a row, it's time to go. And again, that's a video I will release very soon about, or that you'll see on this channel very soon, of when is it time to call it quits when you're in a lobby, because a lot of people don't really know when to leave a lobby. When it's not working out for you, don't waste your time and allow that slot to open up for someone else to come in, or essentially leave the tryhards and the sweats alone and let them kind of play by themselves. As you see here, things weren't fair in my way. I was getting smacked around and I took out my Cypher. That's a weapon that I know that works well with me. I know that it counters a lot of weapons. Again, I do believe in the principles of countering other weapons on this game. I don't see a lot of people talking about that. There are weapons that counter other weapons, in my humble opinion. And this is also a weapon I really enjoy. When I play this, when I use this weapon, I notice that I can get UAVs quite quickly. I can get my streaks easier. And it counters a lot of weapons and it's very versatile. And I have a tier list of weapons that I go through throughout a match that allow me to cycle, what weapon is going to work here for me. And I go down a list, and I'll show you guys that list in other videos. But essentially, as you see, I'm just knocking them back down. Look at this. I'm getting some kills finally. I'm playing the game differently now that I have a different weapon that I'm really enjoying. I have 10 weapons that I really enjoy that, again, they do a lot of great work for me. And again, I'm a support player. I like to support my teammates. I'm not an aggressive player. I just like to pick my spots and make sure my teammates know that I'm their guardian angel. So as you see here, I'm getting streaks. I was able to change up my style. I was using the C9, which I do enjoy, but it had high shoot first, die first, meaning I'm shooting people first and I'm getting smacked. Now the C9 again is a weaker weapon. It's a weaker tier weapon. So I had to switch up my playstyle to a weapon I know personally that I use that gives me the advantage. When I shoot them, they die, and they die fast. How do you know if a weapon, right, that was just a sweet move right there. How do you know if a weapon is your weapon? Well, again, that's something that I have revealed and will reveal and will reveal in other videos of, well, you identify them by just your ability to get streaks. Okay, can you get streaks with this weapon? And what's the highest streak that you've gone with the weapon that you've had? And do you have fun using the weapon? Because if you have fun using the weapon, you'll want to master it. So for me, again, C9 is a weapon I enjoy. Even though I get smacked around with it, I enjoy it. So it allows me to figure out how to master the recoil, use it long enough to make it feel like when I'm playing with other people or I'm going against other people, that they think that, I'm using some kind of aimbot, or how do I know that he's there? How does he know I'm there? Well, it's just because I just know the strengths of this weapon and the weaknesses. I avoid all weaknesses, try to maximize them in my practice time. Look at this. I'm just knocking these guys back. Look at it. I'm getting up my streaks so easily now because, again, this is a weapon that I documented for me that allows me to change the dynamic of the game. When the Cypher first came out, I didn't really have a weapon. I think the Cypher came out in season 1, or between season 1 and season 2. And again, so right there, I changed my weapon once again to a weapon that I also enjoy, which is the Kilo. So I realized I was getting there was one guy in particular, and this is another concept, is finding your rival in the match. There was a rival, as you see, I'm knocking him out right there. That was my rival there. For some reason, when I was using the Cypher, shooting first, I would die against him because he may have had a weapon that counters my Cypher. So I took out the Kilo, and I died using the Kilo when I went against my rival once again because he's shooting me with something that's countering the Kilo. So now I'm taking out my other weapon I like to use, my AK-74. And again, I'll have my setups for you guys in other videos of my personal favorites. And these are all weapons that I cycled through that in the past have allowed me to get max streaks. I'm able to identify, weapons that I've used personally after 100 games for each weapon, of which weapon resonates with my playstyle. And it's going to be different for you as well. And I have 10 weapons that really helped me that made me really get my streaks so much easier. And the 74 is a great counter, by the way, to the AMAX. The AMAX definitely needs a buff, or excuse me, a nerf, because of just the ranges that it shoots, and the TTK for all those ranges are kind of interesting. I mean, it's kind of killing a bit too fast for longer ranges. And as you can see here, guys, they left the lobby. They left the lobby. I changed up my strategy. I changed up how I was getting played against. I countered them effectively by changing my playstyle and cycling through my weapons, through my loadouts, taking advantage of all the weapons I have in my loadouts. And the other team left. And I'm going around in paradise because these strategies can and will work. Knowing when to switch your weapon, knowing which weapons have high shoot first, die first, knowing which weapons work for you. And it doesn't get any better than that. He gets to kill the game. Congrats to him. And it really doesn't get any better than that, guys. Essentially, you want to find when is it time to change your weapon up, and to be able to identify that. And once you identify, that, okay, I'm in this lobby here, I'm unfortunately not getting any kills, I'm not getting any streaks, and so what can I do in this moment? What you can do in this moment is cycle through weapons that that do get you streaks, and find that counter to those weapons that will enable you to, of course, change the dynamic of the game and help your team out. Of course, there's other little nuances in this video that you may not have caught. And of course, the longer you're subscribed and watching this content, you'll know the differences of how I won certain firefights with good positioning, how I won with really good movement, and those things you won't be able to pick up in these early videos at the moment, but you'll understand what I'm doing here and why I'm able to have so much good accuracy, and why I'm able to get those doubles, those triple kills, because those are weapons that I am very comfortable using. And I have a lot of fun using, and I know that they allow me to get the kills that I need to get to help my team out in the kill streaks. So as you saw there, I started with my C9. I was trying to have fun, trying to get out there, get the objectives. I was getting swatted away. I noticed that, okay, I'm getting no streaks, and I'm getting a lot of shoot first, die first, getting 1, 2, 3 hit markers, and then getting swatted. And then eventually I switched to the Cypher. And again, I have a tier list. I started with the Cypher. Or secondly took out the Cypher, and then once I was getting my streaks, I was like, okay, this is good. But I noticed that there's a rival on the other team that is beating me despite the fact that I have the Cypher. Every time I shoot him specifically, he's still killing me. So there's something he's using to counter me. I took out the Kilo, he countered that, and then when I took out the 74U, I was able to finally knock him back. He was able to just no longer compete, and eventually he left the lobby, and the entire team left the lobby, and they gave us the victory. And as you guys saw earlier, I'd like to mention before I go, I was going to apply one of my fundamentals of knowing when to go. I died 3 times in a row. It was time for me to go, but I was like, you know what? No, let me take this opportunity to really show you guys the importance of when to change your weapons, how to counter the weapons that others are using across from you, and knowing when to change up your playstyle a little bit, and how to identify a little bit of how to identify what weapons work for you and why you should be capitalizing on those weapons. Okay, that's pretty much all in today's video. Hopefully you guys took some notes there. Rewatch this again, I recommend, because there were a lot of fundamentals here that you guys definitely are going to see and realize as this video finishes. And once again, thank you guys.